Hey buddy, it's Crazy4 and welcome back to some more Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS. In the last one, we went through Classic Mode as yet another DLC fighter, that time being Corrin from Final Fantasy, or Fire Emblem Fates. Gosh, that's the game that they're from, an alternate gender character once again. In this episode, however, we're going through Classic Mode one final time with the last character that was revealed as a fighter for this game, the last DLC fighter for Smash 4, Bayonetta from, of course, the Bayonetta series. Pretty crazy character to have in Smash, but nonetheless really cool to have her here. So let's go ahead and check out her alternate costumes real quick. We've got the standard black Bayonetta, black outfit, which is of course based off her design in Bayonetta 2. We've got a yellow outfit, which resembles her yellow alternate costume from Anarchy Reigns. We've got a red outfit, which is based off of Jean, or Jean, I forget how you pronounce that name, Bayonetta's friendly rival. The hair visible in her wicked weaves and on Gamora is also colored white. We've got a white outfit, which resembles the Platinum and Pure Platinum trophies in Bayonetta 2, which depict her in a silvery color scheme. And then we transition to original Bayonetta from Bayonetta 1. So we have this outfit, which is of course her appearance in that game. We've got a green outfit, which resembles her green alternate color in Anarchy Reigns. A pink color, which resembles her time-displaced younger self, whom she watches over in Bayonetta. And finally, a blue outfit, which resembles her blue alternate color in Anarchy Reigns. So yes, half of her costumes are based off her design from Bayonetta 2, while the other half are from the original Bayonetta. For the former half, she wields Love is Blue, which is her guns, which have blue attack trails. For the latter half, she wields Scarborough Fair, which has red attack trails and speaks English even in the Japanese version. But we're going to be going through as standard Bayonetta 2 Bayo, and let's see how it goes. I'm pretty sure Bayonetta is like a Sega series now. I think it was bought by Sega or something. I forget the history behind it, but yeah, so Bayonetta, complicated character to say the least. Unexpected reveal, that's for sure, in Smash, absolutely unexpected. She was like one of the most anticipated fighters in like the Smash Bros. Fighter ballot that people like voted for. So that's pretty cool. And yeah, so she won, it essentially stated that she won the fighter ballots. That's what it's saying. Yeah, so we gotta take their word basically for that. And I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Sora was actually like the winner of it, but they obviously couldn't add Sora for like different reasons, primarily just due to Disney just being very difficult, as they usually are. But yeah, so Bayonetta was then added, and now we have her in Smash. Definitely a controversial character in the competitive scene, obviously. If you know the competitive scene, then like, yeah, you know why she was so complicated, controversial, I should say. But still really cool of a character to have in the game. I definitely do like the character a lot. I don't really play her like at all, but I can definitely appreciate the character for sure. And it definitely takes a lot of skill to learn the character properly as well. So I can fully hate people who do learn the character, but it is still a pain in the ass of a character to fight against. I will say that. Palutena, can you like come here? Let me punch you, thank you. And of course I did not kill. How nice. That did. Oh my gosh, this stage sucks so much. I hate this stage so much. Okay, listen, Palutena is like living for way too long. Thank you. Holy crap. Bayonetta has some weird properties to her, some weird concepts. She's complicated to go over, but we'll try and talk about her as much as I possibly can. I guess we could start off by going through her special moves. I don't know if we showed it off, but we have her neutral special, which is called the Bullet Climax, in which she fires bullets at a slight angle. When they're held, Bayonetta instead fires charge bullets, which are stronger, but only active during the first 2 shots. And this is kind of how the move works. She can has the standard version. If Pikachu can let me attack, that'd be great, absolutely great. That you can just kind of spam by, pressing the neutral special over and over again, and we'll briefly stun the opponent. And we of course have the charged up version, which you can charge up for a bit and shoot out, which is definitely a lot stronger, but only lasts for a certain amount of time. I couldn't do anything! I've been getting hit by the gold hammer, and then my friggin' Pikachu's gun? Like, come on. This game needs to just, like, stop being garbage for once. That'd be great. So yeah, bullet climax, you can either charge it or just spam it with its standard attack. Obviously, you know, depending on like what situation you're in, you want to go for one more than the other. I personally like the charge up version more just because it does more damage. I think it's a lot more useful. There we go, nice job Magnus, that's my boy. How did Charizard die? Come on. How did you hit me with that? Load of bullcrap, that's all I'm gonna say. Let me get this freaking final smash. Hold up. Can I get this? Thank you. Okay, I was about to say. I mean, I'm gonna show off the final smash anyways within training mode, but like I still want to show it off, especially against Pikachu. Pikachu was like one of the ones that was pissing me off in the last attempt, and I just really want to like show him his place. That's for sure. But continuing on with Bullet Climax, while holding the charge, it can be cancelled with either a shield or a roll. Due to its angle, it is useful for edge guarding and hindering aerial approaches. Bayonetta may perform one of two animations while charging and firing, both functionally identical, though Kirby's copy ability fires from noticeably different heights. This move takes inspiration from the bullet climax and charge bullet techniques from Bayonetta 2 and 1, respectively. Oh, Bayonetta 1 and 2 respectively. That's what I tried to say. I don't know why I said 2 first. That was kind of stupid. But yeah, so that's Bullet Climax. Really good projectile attack that Bayonetta has in her arsenal. And one just for keeping her distance from opponents, for sure. But now we have the side special, which we showed off a little bit briefly there. It's called the Heel Slide, which is a kick that functions very well as a combo starter, and then its other version as like a combo continuer, basically. Which I'll try and show off a little bit. Okay, I can't freaking... I don't know how people recover with this character. It's like so freaking difficult. I don't even understand it. Hold on, let me try and like get Fox out of here because he's like genuinely pissing me off. Oh, I hope he got... I wish he got shot there. I really wish he did. That would have been a blessing. I don't really like to wish death upon people or characters, but like in classic mode, I'm like out for blood because this mode's been pissing me the heck off, and I cannot wait to be done with today's episode. That's for sure. I don't really like playing as. I don't want to be like a negative Nancy right now. I really do not want to be a negative Nancy. We're trying to have fun. We're trying to have a good time. All right, let's continue with Heel Slide. It's a kick that functions differently when used on the ground or in midair. On the ground, she performs the heel slide, of course. If the button is held, Bayonetta will then follow it up with a move called an Aberto, one of many cartwheeling kicks in Capoeira, I think that's how you pronounce it. It is her primarily combo starter due to the follow-up kick launching the opponent upward. While it is unsafe on shield, it is difficult to punish nonetheless due to its speed and duration. It can also be used to bait a dodge from opponents, or an air dodge from opponents, who anticipate the follow-up kick, but then punish them with a smash attack. So different things you can kind of do with that. It's a combo starter, but also a good little bait attack too. Can you not, Meta Knight? Can you like piss off? Can you like let me attack, please? That'd be fantastic. Yeah, here's the we saw it before. You know how it works. But there's also, of course, I was in a blast. Why would I be? I'm sorry. Yeah, there's a second version of the attack, which if she does it in the air, it is called the Afterburner kick, which can be formed twice, as long as the first kick does connect, and can be angled downward by holding down before attacking. Okay, so that's how the downward version works. You hold it downwards before you do the attack. Okay, hold up. Wait, hold up. Wait, huh? I'm trying to like initiate it, but it's kind of difficult. Did Ben take any damage from that at all? Hold on, I need this guy to die. You're gone. Get out of here. Okay, enough of that. Yeah, so it can be angled downward by holding down before attacking. Both versions of the Afterburner kick are her primary aerial follow-ups, all based on individual techniques from the Bayonetta games with minor differences. And then with the Afterburner kick, you then follow it up. Or sorry, you can typically do like a heel slide on the ground. I'm not doing shulk. I'm not fighting on guard plane. You can do the heel slide on the ground into the up special and then into some Afterburner kicks into another up special. It's kind of insane how her combo game is. It's like literally broken, right? If you know how to play as her, it's, yeah, you can do a crazy load of stuff. But speaking of her up special, let's go over it real quick. We have something called the Witch Twist, where she just kind of goes upward in a very vertical degree, and it's an ascending corkscrew pistol whip. It does hit multiple times, but covers minimal vertical distance and extremely minimal horizontal distance, similar to a rising uppercut, which I'm pretty sure is like, what, for Mii's, I think? Maybe I'm mistaken about that. I forgot who has rising uppercut. But I'm pretty sure it's the Mii's, the Mii Brawler specifically. Despite this, the Witch Twist is still a very useful recovery option, using it after a jump allows Bayonetta to use her double jump, and then use another Witch Twist. There we go. I can't speak properly today. Yeah, so you can do a lot with Witch Twist. Again, her recovery options are kind of like insane on like what she can actually do. It comes out on frame 4, making it Bayonetta's fastest move, and possesses a disjointed hitbox at the very end. Based on the technique of the same name from Bayonetta, as well as a variation from Bayonetta 2 known as Witch Strike, the ability to hold guns is taken from the former, but lacks the dodging spinning kick at the start. Otherwise performs identical to the latter, including the ability to use a second one after a double jump. So the Witch Twist, again, her primary recovery option. You can use the Afterburner kick as a really good horizontal recovery, and then of course use the Witch Twist as her main vertical recovery. And then like kind of combine the two and her jumps. You can do a lot with her, that's for sure. But then finally, we have one more move to go over. This is her version of the counter. It's called Witch Time. In which Witch Time, that's how it performs. Her Witch Time performs kind of like a counter, where she will, of course, counter the opponent, right? But instead of just doing a quick counter attack against the opponent, she will instead slow them down in time. She uses her magic to slow down time around an opponent who attacks her, and the duration increases the more damage the opponent is, but decreases when it's used too frequently. So there is a bit of like, you know, yeah, there's that function to it that makes it that you can't spam it, which is nice at least. You can't spam it like a regular counter. It would make her incredibly freaking broken if she had that ability. It is also the only counter attack that is capable of working on some unblockable attacks, with the exception of grabs. However, if Witch Time is activated too late, then Bat Within, which is kind of like her safety measure dodge that she has, will activate instead. The Bat Within teleports Bayonetta in any direction, but unlike in the Bayonetta series, it halves the damage received rather than negating it. They're based on the same ability from the Bayonetta games, albeit only slowing down the attacking opponent as opposed to all opponents. So yeah, Witch Time is very interesting, as you could probably see. Really slows down the opponent, doesn't it? It's really, really cool how it works. Very, very sick of an attack. Obviously, the counter itself doesn't really do damage. It's just that you would slow down time around the opponent, and then that's when you could follow up with attacks. It's not like a regular counter where you would do counter with the actual attacks. But you saw there how I initiated that Bat Within mechanic. The Bat Within not only comes if you initiate her Witch Time too late, but also comes if you dodge with her too late. She gets an extra little safety measure from her dodging, which is absolutely insane, the fact that she has that. But she does. And yeah, so like I mentioned, it like gives her like half the damage she will receive naturally, but she still, you know, receives some damage from it. Also, Spike with the down smash, that's what I'm freaking talking about. And that's basically about it. That's Bayonetta. She is a bit complicated of a character to use, but definitely one that you can use, I'd say. She's cool. I will say that. She is a pretty cool character. Definitely worthwhile having in Smash, but just has like a very annoying competitive history to her. So that's why some people just, or a lot of people just hate playing that in Smash. But yeah, so I mean that's it for the character. That's a very bad score, but honestly I don't even care. Like, we did what we could. Well, at least we ended off with like 2 new custom moves. Oh, actually no, 1 new custom move, 1 already. Okay, yeah, whatever. Alrighty, let's get these freaking credits going. These credits are gonna be fun as hell because Bayonetta's up special is absolutely freaking broken. If you use the up special and you hold down the attack button, it's kind of the same for a lot of her moves, whether it be her smash attack or her or all her aerials or even her tilt attacks. If you hold down the attack button, she will start shooting while also doing the attack. And that shooting is incredibly useful and incredibly broken on her up aerial because it just like breaks. It breaks classic mode. Oh, sorry, these credits so much because you basically cover so much distance with it. It's insane. It's absolutely insane how it works. And there we go. We're already done. Yeah. So. Yeah, just a little tip for any Bayonetta players that you can actually hold down the attack button for a lot of her moves and do some extra damage with the bullets. They will only do like standard damage, no knockback, no anything, but just some extra damage that you can like do on opponents to get a little extra hits in. That's basically Bayonetta. There's one thing I want to mention about Bayo, kind of just her background, and how is that like, I'm pretty sure Bayo is like entirely just like hair. Like, obviously, her skin, but I'm pretty sure her clothing is made out of hair, and like all of like her big attacks, like her final smash, for example, and her smash attacks, they are all just made out of hair. So she makes those big things, those big attacking weapons with her hair. So she's essentially naked under her clothing. Well, okay, that makes sense, but I mean, like, without her hair, she wouldn't really have clothing. That's what. Okay, you know what I'm trying to say, right? You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Bayonetta is a very interesting character in that regard, but still pretty cool. I don't know how she like has that much hair to work with, especially in Bayonetta 2 when she does cut it down. I don't know, but that's just kind of how she works. Oh, that's a really freaking cool background image where like she's fighting the good witch or the good goddess Palutena and Pit. It's a really sick image. I like them. I like that. I like kind of like that rivalry they have. But there we go. That's Bayonetta in classic mode. Let's check out training mode real quick. Check out Bayonetta's taunts and of course the final. Oh, we already checked out the final smash, but we'll check it out again because it's a pretty interesting one to talk about. I kind of want to mention a few things about it. But first off, the freaking taunts. We have the up taunt.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mom while performing a little bit of a dance. In which the ending is slightly different depending on the direction that Bayonetta does face. It is based on her long taunt from Bayonetta 2. So that was the right version. Let me see the...
If you need to learn how to talk to a lady, ask your mum.
Okay, I can kind of see the difference. Not really, like the ending really, okay. Then we got the side taunt. She said, "New do, dead you," where she gracefully spins around. The cool comes from her short taunt from wielding Salamandra in Bayonetta 2. And finally, the down taunt. Just does some posing with her guns. Nice little, light emitting from her glasses at the very end. It's based on the dances she performs prior to fighting the first joy she encounters in Bayonetta. And actually, due to the length of her taunts, because she has very long taunts, they are interruptible much earlier than they would suggest, with the first actionable frame of each occurring about halfway through her animation. So you can kind of like do one taunt, and then during the taunt you can actually cancel it if it's too long for you. So that's pretty cool. I do like the fact you can cancel out of her taunts, because they are pretty lengthy. You don't want to like always go for the full length taunt, especially like against an opponent. But yeah. So now that that's taken care of, let's check out her final smash again. This one is called the Infernal Climax. The way how it works is she slows down time, and the way the bar works, you have a certain amount of time limit to activate it, and then once you fill up the bar by damaging opponents, she will then activate her Gamora, which is like her big hair monster. And once she does activate Gamora, you then want to just basically spam any button that you have, and then you will, the attack button specifically can be mashed during the attack to fill a second climax gauge that deals an additional 15% damage after the cutscene. It is very powerful, as opponents can be KO'd under 100% if they are close to the blast lines, and over 100% or 100% and more, they will be instantly KO'd once the cutscene ends. So yeah, there's 2 gauges obviously that you would have to fill up. The first one that slows down time like I mentioned before, and that you have to fill up in order to actually get to the second part, and then the second part which then will do more damage and potentially finish off your opponent. So yeah, so she has to deal knockback to any opponent before a cutscene ends. Not just damage, just knockback. Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, so I thought it was damage to it, not... Okay, I don't know. I think it was just, like, in general, getting off hits on your opponent, not just, like... Okay, I don't know. I mean, that's what it says on the wiki, so I'm gonna go based off that. So, Gamora itself does 30% damage, and then 15% you get it from the extra bonus spell. So, yeah, that's about that. Let's check out Bayonetta's trophy, the final classic mode trophy. Bayonetta is one of the last of the near-extinct Umbra Witches clan. She's a master of the bullet arts and can use her hair to conduit to bring forth infernal demons. She brings all these skills and more to Smash, while she'll unleash additional damage if you hold the attack button. Damage and distract your foes with this move. She'll be distracting foes, alright, that's for sure. She's made out of freaking clothing. I don't know. A whole thing about Bayonetta, but there we go. The final classic mode trophy has been acquired. And with that being said, everyone, we are done, finally, with Classic Mode. I'm happy to say we are finally done with Classic Mode. That is it for today's episode of Super Smash Bros. 4. And also, that is it for Classic Mode. Obviously, in the next one, because we're done with Classic Mode, in the next episodes, this is going to be a good one. We're going to be having a fresh slate next time around, and I'm going to be a lot more hyper about this one. We're going to be starting on All-Star Mode. And going through as, you guessed it, our boy Mario. And All-Star Mode has, we'll talk more about All-Star Mode next time around. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be great. Subscribe, like, comment, all the good stuff. Social media, including the Twitch, the second channel, the music channel, and the VOD channel are, of course, down below in the description. And I will be seeing you guys next time. Pop-Tart out.